Welcome to the George FTTV YouTube channel. Today we'll discuss how we're going in round 13. Just quickly go over how we're going, go over the game so far and what we're thinking. And a few things have popped up this round, so should be good. So I held Roberts. I regret that a lot after watching. I thought Bice was good, or they played a little bit on the wing, I think. Mills I thought was excellent, so I think he's a target certainly. Going forward, we've got to remember we don't really know exactly what the role is, and it was against Richmond, easy as you like. So Bice was good, Mills was good, and Blakey was excellent too, like one of his best games all year. How much does that have to do with Roberts? Not sure. If you look at their mids, like Warner, McInerney's going through there, Heaney, Rowbottom's in there a lot. Sheldrick's going well. Let's get to Sheldrick in a sec. I think pick might have saved the 23rd spot. Might help us get there now, which is good. So it's tough year, but he was excellent. So we don't really know what's going on with Mills, and I don't know what's going on with Roberts either. Like, does this affect him at all? I don't know. I wish I traded, but should have, I think. So maybe a bad call to hold. Ignore this flex spot for the moment. Bailey Smith a late out. For people that were light on in this buy, so I've got Roberts out and now Baz out. So that's a buy that was bad for us. So that's 7 premiums out in the one buy. So our premiums are going really well, which is great. All of them like fantastic. I think they've all tonned basically, except for Rankin and Warner, who are just going at the moment. The role isn't quite as what we hoped for those two right now, but they're all going really well. Premiums this week, but we're fielding 3 of Brock, Carroll, Clark, and Lindsay. Lost Gray as well. Would have been nice to like fluke a score, but with Bolter back, probably would have been like a 30 up forward if anything. So I dare say, the team's holding up, but we need, if we can get 50 from each of them, I think we'll just take that, and we're going to probably cop a rank drop regardless, even though the premium's doing well. Holmes was good. Tom Green was really good. We don't have him. Trades this week. Go to Ashcroft. He's going to bleed money. Not bleed. He's going to lose like 5k. So I could have held maybe, but his break-even's 100 next week. So I think that's where we want to get off. Bont for Philippou. Probably should have held Philippou and kept him as like a 24th or something. There's like no money on his head. Like 280, it's nothing. I mean, I get it's something, I guess, in this season, but maybe should have held and wait for the turn. And then it's going to be Colby. I'm going to get Chera back maybe, or Cordwell. I think Cordwell will enable our trades, but Colby enables them even more because next week we need Butters, and I really want Nas. I don't know if I can get both. I can get one. I think high priority is on Butters. I guess you can wait one if the rookies you're getting rid of have low break even. So while your rookies make a little bit of money, like Butters will make money too. Maybe it won't cost too much. As long as Butters doesn't go crazy. Bedford didn't really do the job that well in the first half, and then he went to Rosie, and Rosie was kind of switching back and forth with Bergman in the back line, so it was like a bit of a messy tag. Didn't really work. So unfortunately, Butters did have the 200 break even, so you had to if he got tagged and scored like 90, he would have copped a 50k drop. I don't think anyone can sort of afford that this year, so we'll look at those two next week. But I wouldn't go Colby. It's a risk, and I don't think it's smart. But Drew Jones has a podcast, and it's got the fantasy page, Goat Fantasy, and seems to think, didn't say he's playing halfback. That's the problem, but did say that word out of North is they're expecting, or the mid forward role, or the wing forward role isn't really enabling him too well at the moment. So they want the ball in his hands more, was the quote. So what does that mean? Does that mean halfback? Well, pre-game I'll be watching, and if he's lining up halfback, I'll probably go for it. There is D6 potential here. There is blow-up potential here. The break-even's 9, so unless he gets injured, he's going to make some sort of money. Do we hold for 2 weeks? Potentially, if it goes bad, go to Mills and keep Mills at D6. If it's not McKercher, it's Chero, who's got a really nice run, and I kind of like him out of all the Blues mids for whatever reason. Fit. Looks like no sign of injury or anything, but it is risk with his history slightly. But then Cordwell as well, who's obviously injury prone too, but at least Chero's had no interruptions. So it's out of Colby, Chera, and Cordwell. Now, I guess probably am considering Colby a little bit more because that would let me get Nass and Butters, who I really want next week. So we'll discuss trade scenarios in the trade video, but I wouldn't be copying McKercher because if he doesn't play halfback, we're totally screwed. And does that role hold if he does play halfback? I was looking at team sheets. It's going to require Fisher to move up the ground. I honestly would be shocked if they're playing Fisher halfback with Daniel. I think that's just unacceptable. It's always funny listening to David King on morning radio when that was happening, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Sheldrick, probably saved my cash gen, so should get a 23rd now with him. Probably not going to touch on this game too much, but Kennedy was really good, really bad ratio. Meek's really cheap. This was probably the week to go him. Does have Sherry coming up, and Rob wasn't that restrictive this week against Fort, who went nuts. It's interesting, but yeah. Meek, I think, is a fight for 430. I think that's a great price for Meek. Someone who can easily do 105. Like, good flex spot. So I would have liked that. Dale has been good. I think Johannesson, I think he's injured. I can't remember if he came back. No, he's injured, isn't he? It's Dre as well. So just all the points for Dale, and beautiful run, beautiful fixture. Just a painful non-own, and looks like I think it'll be top 6. So yeah, good pick. Libba, a little bit disappointing. Rotated a bit on halfback, and yeah, there's no interest in Libba. I've been no interest in Libba the last few years, but can't deny he's been a good pick so far. And 2 years ago was a great pick. Maybe a Charles playing some good footy. Newcomb was good, but yeah, a bit interesting because I think we all think the Bulldogs there are stages during the year where Bulldogs are top 2 or 3 flag favourites, and then they put in a game like this, and they just drop too many games throughout the year. But it's an interesting watch this year, and who's going to prime themselves in the second half. But Collingwood looking, that well-oiled machine is nasty to come up against, so see what happens. Crows versus Brisbane, very stressful last 10 minutes. But yeah, really happy for the boys because I really like a lot of our players. Hard-working group that have not seen success not seen any sort of finals for 7 years. So very happy with them. Loving watching the young players. Dan Curtin, really happy with his progress, going really well. Laird's actually been pretty good this year. I didn't think he'd be best 22 to be honest, but he's actually been good enough. I guess the only knock is a good safe kick, but in terms of taking the game on and breaking lines, doesn't really do that. But he's a cool head back there and really good defensively. Dawson was excellent, 108. You take that, bit of attention from Dunkley. My zoom in is a little bit small. That's too much. That's why we'll keep it like this. Rankin 89, I'll take that and run. I'm pretty concerned with this pick and the mid-forward split. First quarter was pretty much all in the forward line, getting smashed in clearances, went in the middle in the second, and then, I think in the third. A bit more around the ball after the first, which was good for us. So, yeah. I don't think top 6, but I think there is just no trading at all. I'd love to get Luke Jackson here, but there's just no chance that happens. Not much else. Brought in Peatling very early in fantasy, before Berry came in, and now Berry's in, and his tog's absolutely been crap, 60s and low 70s since I got him in, so that's been a bad pick. So lucky he didn't go there, and he's suspended anyway, so that's that. Lions have fought. I think it was 270, 280k. He scored 135, but he hasn't been scoring well solo ruck. So this is kind of a hard one. Will was good. I think he's keeper. Dunkley, you take that. I thought he was excellent. Very tough. A lot of knock-ons and stuff, but score maybe a little bit generous. Neil was okay. Like probably want a bit more. And McCluggage, slow start was pretty good. Zorko keeps recovering these crap scores. Very annoying. Like, when's he going to drop a 40 or 50? Because it looks like it a few times, but then he recovers. Loving Jesper Fletcher down there. Absolute gun. So, and probably the two rookies. So, Lohman and Pedler. Pedler 3 touches. Oh, man. I think there's... who we subbed? We subbed off Butts, which was interesting because we're playing 7 defenders. So, I think that was fine. Morris, Gallup, and Hipwood, not exactly the most threatening tall forwards. Morris will get there, though. Gallup's, I think, was first or second game or something. Levi, 100 break even next week. Probably time to go, but yeah, he's been good, and yeah, probably time to go next week. Not much else. Yeah, Pedler, bit of a worry what his output is, and yeah, 2 tough fixtures. People brought him in for Brisbane and now Hawthorn in Tassie. I'd be a bit worried on the sub risk here. I do wonder if I think Brody Smith will probably be sub again though. So look, hopefully Pedler's got that. I think he's got a 70 something in his system. So if he can just get one more 60 for you guys, then it might be okay. And then Lohman, it was okay. Like tough matchup. So yeah, disposal efficiency no good. So he'll keep playing, hopefully tick along. Tigers versus Swans. So Swans were quite good after quarter time. Brescia was on about 80 at quarter time, slowed down. Some people have wanted to go there. I mean, there's injury prone and then there's Dion Brescia injury prone. I think that's a level too far, even for people that like to take injury risks. So I certainly wouldn't go there. But Qualif was really good. Took some really nice grabs overhead as well. So I do like him. If you went him, you'd be very happy. 91, so you'd be stoked with that. Buy flip, probably. Not much else to tell for the Tigers. Trainer put up a decent fantasy score. Banks has gone pretty well. How much is Smith? Oh, so he's gone up. Okay, I didn't even realize this was on the bubble. Like, did not occur to me at all. Could have been an option maybe. In comparison to Pedler, but yeah, scored all right. 75. So that one just did not even realize that existed. Been sub a fair bit. Looking at City, so Sydney's very, very interesting. So Grundy's low-key been uber premium the last 5. I think it's like 130 or 140 average. So pretty damn good if you have him, but I don't think anyone does. Blakey back to his best. This is a concern with Roberts out of the team. And this is against Richmond, so we got to remember. But like, I'm not sure you displace Mills. I mean, you're not displacing Blakey. And then I thought Bice was really good too. So, this is why I'm pretty worried about, Roberts. So I'm going to trade out of, Fear. Sheldrick, I forgot to get to questions in YouTube comments. Do apologize. Usually I do get to them. I've gone to, I think, 90% of them. I think this week I didn't get to them. Apologize for that. Someone asked, should I go Sheldrick now? I actually probably would have said no because Mills is back, but Mills is playing in the back line now, so it didn't even matter. What does it look like for Mills post-bye? Yeah, we don't know what the role will be. I think he just, with all his injury issues, like, maybe put him back, but again, he's probably capable of like unbelievable things in the midfield. But yeah, regardless, you're very happy if you have Sheldrick. If you went late on him, then I think that's fine. 2 now. Chad Warner, really bad start. Gave away 3 frees before he touched it, I think. Maybe he had like 1 handball or something, but the role isn't that great. He's around the ball enough, but that 70% mid-clock that we thought we were getting, or I thought I was getting, that's gone. Because they were playing so... early in the year they were struggling. They had a few good games with Warner, like best on ground, basically in this high CBA role, and then it's just trying to fit everyone in. So I do feel a little bit scammed from this pick, especially against Richmond. Like, this is a game you need him to cash in because Swans are no good this year, like in terms of going for finals. So yeah, him and Rankin, I think they're going to be a little bit of an annoying own, but there's nothing I can do about it. They're around the role's not bad enough to trade, I don't think, but there's better out there. So is what it is. Geelong versus Suns. So this, a few people pivoted to Ted Closey, got the 70. So he's basically it's 103k. Was a late in with Baz, the late out. Was probably never going to play, but that's that. Yeah, Baz did send I don't know if it was an Instagram or something, some message sort of out that he thinks he'll play next week, and I think Chris Scott said the same. I mean, doesn't sound too serious. I trust Bailey Smith. I don't trust Chris Scott when he says that sort of stuff. So we'll see. Holmes was really good. Pain in the ass to not own sometimes. But a really good trade in for really low. It was like sub 500. So he's kind of been there, an option for us. For some reason, I didn't grab it. But yeah, 40 touches just went absolutely mental. I think, was it O'Connor or O'Sheen? One of them did the job on Anderson. We'll get to Anderson in a second. Myers, I think a few people brought in Myers in Discord, like one or two people. So he's been good. Obviously, the run for them is really, really good. Probably couldn't stomach this type of pick. Not really my type, but it's one that can work because he's a gun. Stewart looked quite good to me. The last 2 weeks, I didn't really like what I saw from Stewart. The first game was not too bad. Second game, really didn't like it. This game, it looked like he had a lot of confidence. Nearly copped a 4-week suspension when he took out Anderson. That was a nasty hit. I'll leave that to others and what you think of that hit. I guess it was a fair bump because not to the head, but yeah, potential to cause damage. So hopefully Nando's all right. But yeah, I think if you went there, you'd be happy because when he's been fit, he's scored fine, even when he doesn't play that good. So yeah, 14 marks. That's excessive. It's not going to happen every week. But I saw him hunting the ball more, flying for marks. So I did like his game. Ted Closey, yeah, might be a rookie for us next week, but you'd expect. Does he get games though? Because like, who's sub? Do they use Mullen as sub? I'm not sure. I can't remember what happened to Shannon Neal. So unfortunate if you weren't there. I know Eno did. Yeah, not sure. I think if he's not sub, he could be an option. Just sort of like maybe make some money during the buys, but when Baz comes back, who knows? Gold Coast, Rouse, solid, you take that. 11 tackles. So really needs to stuff the contested and tackle stat to score most weeks. So you'd be happy with that. Took's been a little bit down from those premium numbers, but the roll isn't perfect. It's more of that. Oops, just hit something. My feet. Wouldn't go there. Anderson, got tagged and then copped a really nasty hit at the end, so did sit out the game. I hope he's okay because he was pointing to his chest, so hopefully there's no cracks or anything in his ribs, but I think he's going to be one that will enjoy the bye. I think it's this week. I don't have any Gold Coast players, so I have no idea when their bye is. It's a bye next week, so if you're Anderson owner, you're pretty happy with that. Hopefully he's all good. Flanders, 30 points. Didn't even see him all game. This is a next year pick, I guess. I do wonder if clubs come knocking. Like, they're running those main three in the midfield plus Humphrey now. Will Graham's there. I don't know if they want to try anything else, so that'll be interesting. Giants versus Port. This is a bit of an upset. So Giants, like, alarm bells, started playing some good footy, and now they've dropped a game at home to Port. Like, they cannot lose that game. I think David King declared season over for GWS, and I mean, I wouldn't say season over, but it's on the ropes. now with like a few teams knocking out the 8 or like thereabouts, like the Dogs are slightly at the 8 at the moment. Defenders were massive. Taylor, I don't know what Taylor scored. Oh, yeah, he's at the top here. So Taylor and Buckley, they just marked everything all day, so they were excellent. Green was really good. Maybe should have gone there because we know that he a little bit underpriced from last year. Played through a little bit of a foot issue, has that injury issue. The injury game's priced into him, so maybe we should have gone there. Yeah, there's all the tools to do 115 plus. I think he's probably doing that without looking. I'm not sure, but yeah, I just didn't go there just for the calf early in the year. So yeah, can pick and choose when I need a player with their durability, but that's all right. Man, Lockie Asher was awful, I thought. 114 just goes to show that, like, he just scores too well, especially with Whitfield up the ground more. Brent Daniels was sub, so, oh my God, scored 83 or 42% talk. So maybe if Daniels isn't sub, that helps Whitfield down back. Whitfield had a few clangers as well. So Whitfield, I think he's going to be an upgrade target if they do stop this forward stuff. Daniels is back. Callahan will come back. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, otherwise not too much here. O'Halloran, if he went there, probably not the... It was Sheldrick or McCauliffe from those mid prices over Berry and Neil. Berry, Neil and O'Halloran were the no good. Neil may be a bit unlucky though. So looking at Port, Butters, man, one job, Bedford. Like, save us some cash and tag Butters out. So you couldn't go there with 200 break even. So 90 break even now, we just get him in. And we have VC option for sure. So yeah, just a menace. 21 contested. I think that's a career high for him. Yeah, just sick player. Bergman's good. I brought Bergman in fantasy. This is my fantasy team. Absolute shambolic. This will be, if McCurch is not half back, I'm going to bring in Ollie Lord. That's how we're going at the moment. So, yeah, this is one where I've got Bustlinger, got Lewis Hayes, like, still holding Campo. I've got Warren, I've got Clear. Like, I've just got duds everywhere. After, like, last week, I got rid of Bice. Of course, he went well. Should have held, though, with Roberts out and had Philippou and, like, I've had Husway. That format's been an absolute train wreck, but I did bring in Bergman, and I don't love him for fantasy at SuperCoach, even though he scored really well. He played so well, and like there's not a lot of cheap stuff for him, like tough, difficult marks, intercept marks, contested marks, like run and carry, bouncing the ball. Like, it's high quality disposal. There's no junk. Like Ash, like 70-80% junk. Bergman, no junk. It's all hard works. Exceptional player. I think better in real life than SuperCoach, but because he's so good, I think he might score well enough with a bit of a mixed role. But they certainly like him down back, but they like him in the midfield, so he's used both there. Rosie was good, missed a few goals. Wines I thought was not playing, which is why I brought in Bergman in fantasy. I thought he was going for second heart surgery, and he's not. So I don't know, maybe that's an end of the season thing. So that just shows how careless that sort of trade-in was. Visentini, probably wanted a bit more from him. Oh yeah, Madden as well. Thought Madden was okay. 11 contested, so we'll see. Probably goes out for Briggs if Briggs is healthy, but do they prefer a healthy Madden over a injured Briggs? Like, what's the state there? I thought Madden was okay. He's much more athletic than Visentini, so we'll see how that goes. Pepper no good. No one has him anymore. And I think that's about it. Hugh Jackson was okay. Rookie, but probably not going to go there. Some risk. Probably a bit too high. Sin looks good when he's got it, but doesn't get enough of it. So that's. So yeah, targets next week. Nas and Bergman. Not Bergman. Nas and Butters. I still think Rosie's a fine target if you don't have him. So I'd look there next week. In terms of downgrades, I'm probably just going to bring in a loophole. Maybe a Ted Closey. I think he's like 118k DPP. So like whoever you're bringing in next week, you're probably not going to need their money. because teams will be done by the time they do make money, but we'll see. Maybe I'll go McKercher, maybe not, but I certainly wouldn't be going there. I think it's a little bit risky because we don't even know. No one's even said that he's going to play halfback. This is just the assumption that they want the ball in his hands more, which means maybe halfback. So yeah, high risk. Wouldn't go there. So we'll see. Probably going to finish the team on. If I go McKercher, I have 6 trades left with 21 premiums plus McKercher plus Sheldrick and Flex. So I'll need 2 trades probably to fix those 2 up, but maybe we hold one of them as a 23rd. We'll see. Happy with Sheldrick, but he's definitely staying for a while. Anyway, that's it from me. Thanks for watching, and have a good long weekend.